Welcome or welcome back to the Light Renegades. My name is Starr. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. To those that might be new, we are the Light Renegades. We are a collective of Pleiadian beings, bring new information from the stratospheres that are ever expanding. We are disclosing cosmic secrets and hopefully bringing forward information that's allowing for you to stand ever more in your sovereignty and in your power. That being said, if you are here for the first time, I would suggest receiving this message today and then going back and starting at the beginning of this series. There's been a whole series that I've done channeling Diana, the former Princess of Wales, and I absolutely cringe watching myself back on so many levels. I feel like I'm a shadow of the being that I am today, and I just feel like my pain is completely written all over my face, and it makes me feel incredibly vulnerable to watch myself back and seeing just the most amount of anguish and torment that I was feeling at that time. And I always have to give an absolutely massive thank you and everything to Shauna L. Francis, who completely scooped me up at a time when my whole world was collapsing down around me, and the Galactic Federation of Light stepped forward and asked for me to be sharing information. I didn't have a stance in these realms at all. I wasn't a being that watched other people's channelings. And Shauna was brought to my attention, and I reached out to her, and she really gave me a space to trust myself and everything that I was bringing forward. So I started to bring forward information through the Galactic Federation of Light, and then Shauna started to channel Queen Elizabeth, and that's when Diana stepped forward and said that she wished for me to share information about herself and the life that she lived while she was incarnating. And I just didn't expect any of this. I didn't expect any of this to be my life. I don't really have anything to make this make sense to you. There is a playlist that is titled Starr if you want to know a little bit more about me and what I've been through thus far on the journey. But I still feel like I am blindsided daily by what goes on behind the scenes, about how much I'm involved in everything that seems to be happening in the world. But also, that being said, I was a little bit taken aback as to I feel like the main reason why Diana has stepped forward, and she does share information about Harry in this channeling, but I think she wanted to seed in the information about politically where we find ourselves right now. And I'm going to be honest, everyone, I was not a being that was incredibly focused on politics before I started to awaken, / I'm still not involved in politics at all at this time. I've completely removed myself from the most of mainstream media out there. I send energy to the world and souls that are potentially suffering with regards to anything that is happening, in, I guess, the realms of the system right now. But I try to not take away from any soul's experience. I have quite an advanced view on what I think is happening right now. So my stance politically is that I am fighting for the human race, doing what I do, seeding in this information, and that's my political stance, is what I want to share. But I was grateful for Diana to step forward, because I feel like it did clear up some questions that I've had for some time regarding the royal family, and I just haven't been focused on the royal family for a little while. If you are here in real time, we've been delving into other spaces of magic. There is a whole entire series titled The Darkness, which has been something that has taken up a lot of my time and my space and my energy. So I just haven't been seeding in information. I was given information about Kate behind the scenes, and I just didn't feel like it was my space to be sharing that information. I knew there was other souls out there that are seeding in that information, so I was given what is happening, and I thought, okay, I know the information and that's all I need to share. So apologies everyone if you feel like you wish that I had brought more forward in that space. I just was told it wasn't my realm, is what I want to say. So I'm grateful for this channeling from Diana / it very much came as a surprise to me, and I'm going to be filming videos back to back today, and I'm going to tag the next video that I'm filming in this one too, because I feel like it's important, because there is a lot of souls that are going to want to step forward and share their story. This has been something that I was given in this past week as I've been shedding, so apologies to those that are in real time, and thank you for your patience, because I still feel in the midst of going through a massive upheaval of my energy, and there has been a lot I've been having to seed in behind the scenes. But they have shared with me that me sharing information of souls that have passed, that have been in the public eye, is going to continue for some time. And this wasn't something that I had anticipated, to be honest with you, everyone. So I feel like I'm still catching up with my own, I guess, life plan somewhere. And I'm grateful to be in this position, but it does take a lot, is what I want to share. So if I'm not here, it's because I simply cannot be here. So apologies to those that might be wanting for more content at this time. I am bringing forward as much as I can, because I'm having to grow alongside all of this. And I feel like you will see that being played out in real time. If you go back and watch, you know, the beginning of the Diana series, you can see how broken I am in that space, and I had to trust that everything was happening as it was supposed to. I felt incredibly out of my depth channeling Diana at that time, and now that I look back, I think it's to show souls, you know, just how much you can grow on this path, and just how much you have to just continue to step forward even when you feel like it doesn't potentially make sense somewhere, because in heart, if it makes sense to you and you feel that fire burning, you will continue to just step forward. So I feel like there is a message of resilience within the path of expansion that is brought forward through me channeling Diana at a time when I just felt like I was completely collapsing from the inside out, / just very confused as to what was going to be brought forward. And I wasn't a being that was given much behind the scenes before I started to channel. This very much came as a complete shock to me, and I just got told to, you know, sit and start to channel. So I did, because in my heart I felt like that was what I was supposed to be doing. So I feel like I've come at this whole entire situation backwards, and I'm just having to trust that everyone. So apologies again that I've taken some time. I will continue to perhaps take some time every now and again to be powering up behind the scenes, because it takes a lot to be bringing forward this information. So I've had such a time trying to film this reading for you all, because, you know, there are energies out there that just do not want me to be seeding in this information for the collective, and that's something that I battle with on a daily. So remember that, everyone, and that's confirmation to those that, you know, are along this path too, alongside all of this. You know, what you're experiencing is very, very true, very, very real. You are fighting forces out here that do not want you to be seeding in your light. That is something that we all experience, you know, souls expanding. So seed in your truth and in your light, everyone. But I'm going to continue because I feel like I'm repeating. But this channeling, this is a pre-channeled message from Diana, the former Princess of Wales, and this was probably about a week and a half ago. I was told to wait before bringing it up, but the channeling today was titled My Boy. And she started with, "Dear Light Ones, it's incredibly humbling to be back with you all again. I only wish it was under lesser circumstances. I have an update to share with you all today that may deeply upset some. But I want you all to know this is all merely a means to an end. I am sorrowful to inform that which you once knew as Harry has gone. I was able to keep him close for so long. His oversoul is still with us. However, what you know in the present given time is now serving his father in his entirety. This reign will not continue for much longer. Too many know the truth, and their time is coming to an end. They will not go without a fight, yet this need not be of any concern for you. I would also like to share my stance on politics in the given times. I wish to say, please do not give your energy to that which truly need not matter. Especially to all of you here, go and spend time with your loved ones, do something fun and cheerful. Plan a trip away, play outside, or do something kind for another just because you can. I can see so many of you worried, truly worried to your core. What could I say to change that? What could I say to make you see what I see? Each of you here, so powerful, so incredibly bright, charming, and beautiful. I love each of you here deeply. None of this need concern you. This isn't your time, nor will it be your last for most of you here, so enjoy the now. I know that right now, for many, times do not seem to call for such lightheartedness, but sometimes this is the only way. Everything would be so crazy in the palace, I just had to laugh. I had to make sense of it somewhere, and laughter was the best remedy, the best medicine. I had to decide to put the weight down and do what I could for myself and for others, to seed in as much happiness and joy as I possibly could. And of course it was difficult. I struggled greatly. All of you know this by now. But I promised myself, those beings of light that I saw and felt, that I would do all that I could to make it as easy as possible for myself and my boys. That was all I cared about. So let me ask you today, what do you care about? What do you love so much that you would decide to choose happiness with that thing or person over anything else? Go seek it and go do that. Now I know this isn't the only message you've received like this recently, so please do listen to us. And Diana is referring to the last message that I channeled from Kurt Cobain. You can head over to that playlist if you would like to receive that information from that soul. But I'm going to continue. We can see it all from where we are. All you need is to just seek joy and fulfillment and share your light with all that you come into contact with. They have made life so wretched and difficult. I sigh behind the scenes, but you can make it through, and you do. All you need to do is see it through to the end. So why not decide to make it easier? They've rigged the game for sure, but how can you play along and have fun anyway? I could speak to you all for hours. Actually, it's a lot more peaceful with you than where I am right now, much to contend with and to keep in balance. So if you can't go have fun for me, go have fun for the rest of your teams. Their job is much easier when you decide to choose joy. Yes, I've pulled the Light Seekers card. You have been called. I love you all immensely, and I miss each of you. Please hear this. If you know me, I'm with you every day, and I've made sure you make it out of this as one of us. No more souls condemned for eternity. We have broken free from such constraints. Congratulations, beautiful souls. You are magnificent. And there was just so much in this channeling that, I felt like I just received at such a deeper capacity, and I hope that you will pick up exactly what Diana is putting down, because there is a lot that she says in such a succinct manner about a lot of things that I've had questions about, and this idea of Harry serving his father in this present given time. I, was shocked by this because of what Diana has seeded through myself and us as the collective, and what we previously channeled with her, was very much that Harry and Meghan were working with us for the light, but it made sense to me understanding that everything has to collapse. So Harry's energy has had to align with his father in order for his expression with the negative reptilian force to be collapse in its entirety. It's almost like Harry's energy is having to combine with that of the stronger hold of the negative reptilian in order to collapse it at a deeper capacity. And I hope that makes sense, none of this still makes sense somewhere, everyone, is what I want to share. As much as I gain information through fractals of understanding behind the scenes with my teams of light seeding in these channelings, somewhere it just still doesn't quite make full sense, and I don't think it can, given where we are energetically at this time. And what I've been understanding behind the scenes of late is that we reach the deepest state of our expression, and then we have to completely collapse in order to bring in even more energy. And that is what I was told is happening right now with regards to the negative reptilian reign and Harry's energy having to side with them right now for it all to collapse in on itself, for it to be anew. So, Harry's soul is with us. He is still working for the light somewhere, but he is having to align with his father at this time in order for it all to collapse in its entirety. And I hope that makes sense. So please do not hear this message and go into a state of despair thinking that there are souls that are being drawn back into this energy that were once with us. That is not what Diana is seeking. His oversoul is still with us. This is just something that is going to have to happen right now for everything to collapse in on itself. And I'm not being given timelines on that, what exactly is going to be happening. I just don't think that I'll be seeding in this information past this point. And I never say never, but I was given that this was going to be a final message from Diana. Again, she just wanted to seed in this expression, and I feel like whatever happens is just going to unfold, and we can receive that information if we want to. But in terms of where I sit, I don't give much of my energy to the royal family at all. And I'm in the UK, and it was actually a few days ago that I picked up a magazine. And I don't really follow magazine culture or anything like that anymore. I was an avid Vogue reader for many years. I still have many stacks of Vogue somewhere, but apart from that, I didn't really follow popular media and culture in that way. And I picked up this magazine, and it was just all about the royal family, and I was very, very, very surprised to know that is something that is still being seeded in the collective in this way. I thought, gosh, yeah, I forget that there is hundreds, thousands of people following the royal family still, not in the understandings that we are in. And I forget that sometimes. I've been very much in my bubble with my teams, with my people that know all of this, understanding this expression. So yeah, it was an incredibly jarring experience. I thought, gosh, yeah, it's really important what we are doing, because there are so many souls that are still in that frame of existence, and we are trying to help them set themselves free somewhere. And I'm just going to reiterate that I don't have a stance on politics. I'm doing what I believe to be political, I guess, in a stance somewhere, and that is where I stand. I'm seeding in my light and my truth, this truth, through teams of light, and that's my political stance. I don't have much to share with regards to those that are stepping forward right now in that space, in that fragment of existence, because I just don't live there, is what I want to share. And that's definitely been something that I've been seeing and experiencing and noting for self behind the scenes in this little time away that I've had is just how much I do not feel connected to a lot of the world, and I'm very much seeding in a different space of reality for self / for, you know, those that are wanting to come and join in that other space of reality. And that's all of you here, by seeding in your expressions of your truth through us, through the Light Renegades, through your own personal research, through your own personal expanse. You are creating your own fabric of reality that is not connected to this mass culture of expression. So remember to disconnect from the collective energy often, because, you know, there is a lot of energy that is pumped through to them / it is incredibly dense and incredibly heavy. When I have to step back into it, you know, I'm shocked at just how crippling it feels. So a reminder to be disconnecting and cleansing energy as much as possible. And please do go well. I know that this channeling might be quite jarring for some, but please sit with the understanding that everything is having to align so that it can all collapse within itself at such a succinct way. So don't panic, don't go into despair. Everything is happening exactly as it should, and Harry's just had to be energetically aligned with his father in order for it all to go to plan. But it wasn't time to be seeding in that information then / we were having to delve into much deeper aspects of understanding the royal family through Diana at that time when I was channeling her prior. So you know, go back and start the beginning of that series to get a grasp of what truly was happening. If this is your first time here and you think, oh my gosh, I don't know what is going on, Diana brought forward a lot of information with what she was experiencing behind the scenes, and it is quite harrowing. It is pretty intense. So please go easy, please go well. Please make sure that you're looking after your physical vessel, your mental mind, as well as all of the spiritual expanse. Everyone, that is definitely something that I'm going to be seeding in time after time after time over here. But thank you for your patience to those in real time, and I will be sharing as much as I can. / I think that I'm going to have to wait for more information before I can bring it forward to you all. I'm not sure when I'm going to be sharing an energetic update, because I'm still expanding, and I think that there is still so much that I'm having to seed in behind the scenes before I can share just exactly what has been happening for me. So apologies again, but there is still going to be a little bit of time before I can share everything, everyone. But please go easy, please go well, and please do look out for the next video that I'm going to be sharing with you all at the end of this week, because I feel like there is a lot that is just wanting to be disclosed at this time. And again, I was completely shocked as to this being stepping forward, and you know, I feel like it's just ever making my life make the most amount of sense. So somewhere I am, you know, having to still expand alongside all of this. So thank you again for seeding in your light and your truth here somewhere is what I want to share, everyone. But that's all for myself and Diana today. And please know, you know, she was always here to support any of you. Reach out to her at any point. That was definitely something that she was reiterating to me in our conversation behind after I channeled this message. She is watching over so many of you, and she connects with you, and she enjoys, you know, sending you love, sending you energy, and she's such a giving soul. That, you know, I'm always just blown away by her serene energy, and you know, I'm grateful that she was who she was when she was incarnated, and I'm ever more grateful that she is still seeding in her light behind the scenes where she finds herself right now. And you know, if you find yourself here and you think, I don't know what is going on, I'm not entirely sure why I'm here, I'm not sure if I believe this or this truly makes sense to me, you know, that is okay. Let it sink in somewhere and come back to it. If you feel like you need to take a break, come back to this at a later date. I feel like there is a lot that is being brought forward to the collective right now. There is a lot happening throughout October. I've been completely energetically just pulled apart at the seams, behind the scenes. So please go easy, please go well, and rest, everyone. There is a lot of energy that is being perpetuated right now through the collective that I think we are needing to seed in. It is coming at such a velocity that we really need to take those times to just pause when we can to be receiving is what I want to share. But that's all for myself and Diane today, and I'll be back real soon, but take care.